Daddy, I'm hungry.
I think we're still here? I don't know. Hello and welcome back to .hack Mutation. No, that is not something I edited in. That was... I don't know. That was like the freakiest thing I've ever experienced on this thing. Yeah, I don't even know what was up there right then. Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's not obvious, we're working with the grunties again. We finally got enough golden eggs, which we just fed them a series of cordyceps and ono melons, and I can't remember what else. I wasn't really paying attention, I was kind of trying to regain my normalcy here. We finally got enough golden eggs that we can feed it all to him. And we get the Snaky Grunty!
Thanks to you, I'm full grown. I do very good work for you.
And for some reason the Snaky Grunty, as you can tell, besides being kind of snaky, has a bunch of hair. It makes like no sense. But now we have the Snaky Grunty, the Noble Grunty, and the Bony Grunty on this server, which means whenever we get to post-game, we can do the Grunty races. Which, we can do it for each of the servers. Well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually ever done the Grunty races, so that will be my first time to do them. Yeah, I know. Ooh, scary. I never really bothered to make sure I had all the Grunties. That's nothing I really ever did. So now that I got them, we can. But it looks like we have to go into a protected area. And it looks like we don't have enough of the stuff. And we're back! We now have all the data cores and their ridiculousness. We needed a lot more F than we did. We had enough E's, I believe. We needed to get a couple of F's. I believe that was what the problem was. So now we can be on our way to do the quest. I believe this is for Wiseman. And get all the stuff. I believe the Spark Sword. And we're not going to do the Grunty races like in between like this and whatever else we do. It's going to be, we'll save the Grunty race for post-game.
The Spark Sword is in this dungeon.
Yep. So we're gonna get the Spark Sword, we're gonna go to the fountain. We should be at a high enough level now that we can use... It should be a different, it should be Grandpa instead of Monsieur for the fountain. And we are gonna be too close to that portal, so we can kind of see... We can kind of show off what this level of difficulty is going to be on this level.
What?
Let's...
And we finally get an upgrade! Not that it's very good. It's a Koyara. And hello, gigantic dragon thing that we've seen before. Totally seen this kind of thing before. Kind of works a little bit like how the parasite dragon looks. Got the same kind of fire breath, destructiveness, and this is a normal enemy. So, and he's doing a fair bit of damage, but it's not too bad. But with that out of the way, we're gonna head to the dungeon. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna do stuff. We're gonna complete the dungeon, get the spark sword, be out of here, you know? Alright, so this is an upper level dungeon. The fights will be rather annoying. And not necessarily hard. Annoying is probably the better way to use it. You'll use a lot of your resources and probability. It's also a dungeon of splitting paths, as you can see here. So you'll have to take a gamble on which way you go, unless you're just planning on clearing out the entire dungeon as is. And this is one of the frequent fights. Just a bunch of wizards, which are, I guess, called Grand Electrics. But, they have thunder tolerance, they have a weakness to dark. It's best actually to not have Mistral on first aid. It's best to actually have her, like, straight up attacking them, because magic is actually the best way to deal with these guys. They have a good way, they're just really fast, which I find it's like the only game that wizards or magic users of some kind are actually, like, relatively speedy, because they just need to get away, but magic can lock them into place. And from here until we get to the bottom of the dungeon, we're going to have this in super fast motion! So, we can kind of get through it. It's straightforward dungeon, there's no special secrets. You do finally have some big enemies inside it. And not to spoil anything, but we will need to get more data spheres, and they will have to be F data spheres. I believe we need 4, and we have 2. So any of the large enemies that are in here, it's a good idea to data drain them. It's a very good idea to data drain them. Let's see. The final dungeon that we'll be going up to, this is not the final dungeon, not to spoil anything, but I think that was rather obvious, because we still need to talk to Wiseman and get his information. At least that's what we were working on last time. So this time it makes sense that we would need to get more information from him. But this is basically a you'll need to get to a fairly high level. We are currently level 30-something. The final area is closer to 40. I don't remember exactly what level it was. It has been a little bit since I've done this. But, yeah. Iron Bolt Titan, be careful with these guys. These guys hit really hard. Or can. First time I faced them, a long time ago, that I did that. It just caught me by surprise. It, like, killed, BlackRose, I think, instantly. I might have been a lot lower level, but that can happen. Like, the criticals there. Which is funny, it's not by its ball attack, it's whenever it kicks. It's pretty consistently on when it kicks, so. So we're just speeding along. We have another new enemy, Temple Knight, which is magic tolerant, but I believe it is weak to wood if I had to give a... No, it's totally wood elemental. It should be weak to earth? Yeah, it should be weak to Earth. If you had Earth skills that were not magical. You know, and I thought I was finally at the point where I was skipping stuff. You can just skip the chests that they've dropped most of the time. They're usually not good, and... oh, this is gonna be annoying. This is when you have Mistral mostly on first aid, and if you just want to have them not use specified skills, you have to do it in that fashion, how I just did it. Use skills and then tell the individual person if you want, like, Mistral or your master of choice to use magic. You are going to want to use skills of some kind as consistently as possible. There was actually 3 of them, and I didn't even notice the 3rd one for a long time. Yeah, we're all running really low on SP because we just need to keep pumping stuff into this. But we eventually make them fall, and it would be better. Notice how I'm not data draining them. It is better at this point to not data drain them, unless you need to. I just told you to data drain them, but you need, I believe it's 4 F spheres. Once you have that, you're going to want to get as much experience as possible. The final boss is rather difficult. To a point. The fights leading up to it are rather difficult. The dungeon it's in is rather difficult, I should say as well. The final boss, you could probably go in as just about whatever level you wanted to, but it definitely helps if you're a higher level. So we're approaching, it is 3 floors that we're on, so we're approaching the final floor. This one will be in normal speed, because it's final floor. And we see, oh no, there's a blank room in there. And then another blank room. But this doesn't have any purple mist. What does that mean? I don't know. But there is purple mist. So then it kind of confused me at first, because I was like, you never have a boss fight in a tea room. Who would set that up? But it does say that there's a boss fight, and as per usual, you should set yourself up with a little bit of strengthening magic of various kinds, and I believe BlackRose still has the Riftmane and no, Rixine Midgene. That's right. No, Riftmane. That's Riftmane. That might be a different strengthening magic that I don't remember. 'Cause that shouldn't be. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know my hack roots. And whatever they're set as. I wonder if that would be like a classification for basically. That'd be an interesting thing for an MMO. It's like you get a bunch of like roots, and you have to know what the roots mean to know what the spell does. Well, not to know what the spell does. You can just cast a spell and be like, oh, it does whatever. But I guess that's what it might end up being. Okay, boss. The GR $GO ampersand exclamation point. Otherwise, looks like the dragon that we fought at the beginning of the level, that's now this. Just like the thing at the beginning of the level, it is rather, it can do a lot of just damage from a fire breath spell very quickly. Which, when it raises up like that, that's what it's gonna do. Get ready with healing spells, because it does a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. Like you saw there. Like 700 worth of damage there. So that is basically its most damaging spell. Its bites do kind of hurt, but as long as you have Mistral on first aid, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. He's not weak to thunder. Keep that in mind. You can dodge the fire breath just a little bit. And I was standing to the side, I only got hit by a partial hit of it, so I only took 500, rather than the normal 780 something that nearly kills us. I do believe it's physical damage though, so as you can, I just raised BlackRose's defense a little bit, and it does seem to help a little bit. And it looks like the dragon is just focusing on her, so something to be consistent. He also puts in a lot of status effects, which you can see antidotes every so often flying off of BlackRose. And just like any other data bug, as soon as it comes off, you want to data drain it, and then you'll get a virus core usually, and so on and so forth. Now, if I remember this, I data drain this as well, and this is where I get the Spark Sword. But it's probably you don't need to do that. You probably just need to kill it. Because they wouldn't make you get stuck in a plot point. That would that would suck. Like if you needed to data drain this and to get it. But I think I was just being safer than sorry. And it is weak to water. I did not data drain it, never mind. Got the Spark Sword!
Well, we got the item we were looking for. Let's go meet Wiseman.
Wiseman is probably still there. Let's give this to him.
Which means we have to go all the way through the Wiseman dungeon again, which was just like a path. That may sound like a weird phrase, but I mean more of the sense of...
Huh? Ball monk?
It just keeps following a path. It doesn't do anything different. But hey, Balmung and Leos.
Do you understand? Give this to...
I see. Give this to somebody. Next time on .hack Mutation, we'll be heading back through the Wiseman dungeon to give Wiseman the Spark Sword, and we might see more Balmung and Leos doing dastardly things. I'm Zachary Chelcom. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.